The quick, easy bow that I love to make, and I'm going to use a piece of cardboard, a pipe cleaner, a clothespin, some scissors, and I've measured the cardboard slightly wider than the ribbon, which is about 2.5 inches wide and 7 inches long for the type of bow I'm doing. You can make this any width you want and mark the middle just so you know. So I'm going to wrap this ribbon around it. I started in the middle and I'm just going to keep going. In this case, because of the length of the ribbon, I'm going to do 5 complete wraps around. And so there you see I'm counting to see. You want to make sure it's 5 complete wraps around, and when you're done that, you move on to the next step. There you go. Now cut the ribbon off past the halfway mark so it overlaps the original first piece that you did. And then take a second piece of ribbon. This is the trick to making single or double-sided ribbon work, is keeping this second piece separate. So I've made it 24 inches long, as you can tell, and I'm just making sure I've got 5 complete wraps, and I'm putting the cut side as the back. It's going to go up against this ribbon. So I'm just marking the halfway point on each piece. All right, you just see I'm just folding it to mark. There we go. And I'm going to lay one on top of the other, put that back against that long piece of ribbon so that it will be hidden. And here's where the clamp comes in, just to hold it. Now I'm going to cut these slits into these through all the ribbon about 1/4 of the way up, and then turn it over and do about another 1/4 of the way up at the halfway mark. That's why we marked it. Now take your pipe cleaner and you're going to just pop that into those slits. Turn this thing over and then tie this really tightly as you can right here. Most people will use zip ties here, but I like pipe cleaners or wire because then I can use that wire later to hang the bow on anything I want. Now comes the fun part. Take all of these loops, start pulling them out. Now you can do 5 complete wraps or more. The slits just make it so much easier to pull these things out. Okay, it decreases the bulk in the center of the bow, and that's all it's there for. And it just makes it a little easier. So you pull and twist, pull and twist, pull and twist. And this part actually takes the longest, guys, because you're going to have to spend time fluffing the bow up to get it where you want it. Do not skimp on the fluffing part. That is the part that makes the bow look great. And that's the part where most people get frustrated. They think it should be done in 6 seconds, and it's not. I just trimmed off that little last bit. I saw it poking up there. You can do that. Again, this fluff, fluff, fluff. I probably spent about 3 or 4 minutes on this actually, just going back and forth, and you will do the same. And if it gets flattened out, the wire really makes it great, but you just have to keep at it. Take those 2 loose ends that you have, and we're just going to trim them off and make them pretty. So I like to dovetail them by folding them in half and then cutting a little V shape from wire to fabric and get these cute little dovetailed ends. Now you see the pipe cleaners available for hanging, and then you just, again, make it look as pretty as you want, but this thing is ready to go. If you enjoyed this and you want more, you can find me happily crafting over at Farmhouse Craftaholics on Facebook or YouTube.